If your ex wants to return into your life again after hurting you in the past, then you need to hear what I'm about to say. This is going to be very important, and I know many of you have been in this situation where you feel conflicted about whether or not you should let your ex back in. And it's a difficult thing because you may still have feelings for that person, but at the same time, you also want to respect yourself. And so with that said, here are 7 signs that your ex only wants to come back because they miss you. No. 1. They say they've changed, but they haven't given you any proof. One of the worst things that a person can ever say is that they've changed. It's one of those phrases that has almost become a cliché because people use it all the time, but never actually show you anything to back up their claim. The truth is that people rarely change unless they really want to. And even if they do, it takes a lot of time and effort to make meaningful changes in one's life. So if your ex is telling you that they've changed but are not willing to give you any proof, chances are they're only saying that to get you back. If they were truly sorry for how they treated you, they would have shown you through their actions by making some visible changes in their life that demonstrate their growth and maturity. Don't let them back in just because they say they've changed. Make sure you see some concrete evidence first. Number 2, they start talking about their future plans without considering your feelings. If your ex suddenly starts talking about their future plans without considering your feelings, it's a red flag that they only want to come back for themselves. A person who is truly sorry for hurting you in the past will be very sensitive to your feelings. They will realize that you need time to heal and that they need to be patient. However, someone who only wants to use you will not care about how you feel and will only talk about their own needs and desires. For example, they may tell you things like, "I can't wait to go on that trip I've always wanted to take," or "I'm so excited about my new job opportunity." While these are all well and good things, they fail to consider your feelings and the fact that you may still be recovering from the pain they caused you. If someone is only thinking about their own happiness and not yours, it's a sign that they only want to get back together for themselves, and not because they genuinely care about you. No. 3. They try to force you to forgive them before getting back together. There's a big difference between accepting an apology and actually forgiving someone. Many people confuse these two things, and it often leads to unnecessary heartache and pain. When we force someone to forgive us before getting back together, we're essentially telling them that we don't think they can handle the relationship without our presence. We're also sending the message that we don't believe in their ability to move on without us. This can be very hurtful to the other person, especially if they're already struggling with feelings of guilt or shame. If your ex is pressuring you to forgive them before getting back together, it's a red flag that they only want to come back for themselves. A person who is truly sorry for hurting you will give you all the time you need to come to terms with what happened. They will be patient and understanding, knowing that forgiveness is a process that takes time. 4. They contact you out of nowhere after a long period of no contact. If your ex contacts you out of nowhere after a long period of no contact, it's a sign that they only want to come back because they miss you. When someone suddenly reappears in your life after a long absence, it can be jarring and confusing. You may feel a sense of hope that things can work out between you two, but it's important to be cautious. If your ex has been ignoring you for months and then suddenly reaches out to say they want to get back together, it's likely that they only want to come back because they miss you. They probably haven't changed and are only interested in themselves. If you want to give them another chance, that's up to you, but don't do it because you feel bad or obligated. You deserve someone who is willing to fight for you and make you a priority. No. 5. They keep bringing up old arguments and refusing to take responsibility for their mistakes. Another sign that your ex only wants to come back because they miss you is when they keep bringing up old arguments and refusing to take responsibility for their mistakes. When two people fight, it's never one person's fault. Both sides always have something to apologize for. However, if your ex refuses to take responsibility for their part in the argument, and instead keeps blaming you for everything, it's a red flag that they're only interested in themselves. A person who is truly sorry for hurting you will be willing to listen to your side of the story and work to find a compromise. They won't try to win the argument or make you feel guilty. If your ex keeps bringing up old arguments and refusing to take responsibility for their mistakes, it's a clear indication that they only want to come back for themselves. They probably haven't changed and are only interested in using you again. Number 6. They tell you that you're the best thing that's ever happened to them. Everyone loves compliments, but there's a fine line between a compliment and flattery. If your ex is showering you with compliments, especially after a period of no contact, it's likely that they only want to come back because they miss you. When someone suddenly starts complimenting you excessively, it can be a way of manipulating you into doing what they want. In this case, your ex is probably trying to win you back and they're using flattery as a tool. If you feel like your ex is only complimenting you because they want something from you, it's important to be cautious. Don't let them back in just because they're saying nice things. Make sure that their intentions are pure. And number 7, they ask you to move in together very quickly in the relationship. If your ex is asking you to move in together very quickly in the relationship, it's a major red flag that they only want to come back for themselves. When someone is pushing for a commitment, like moving in together, before the relationship is established, it's likely that they only want to come back because they miss you. They probably haven't changed and are only interested in using you again. A person who is truly sorry for hurting you will understand that it takes time to build trust and emotional intimacy. They won't pressure you into anything and will be willing to wait until you're ready to take the next step. If your ex is pushing you to move in together too quickly, it's a clear sign that they only want to come back for themselves. Don't let them manipulate you into a situation that could end up being harmful for you. In conclusion, if your ex wants to come back into your life again after hurting you in the past, it's essential to be cautious. Don't let them back in just because you still have feelings for them. Take the time to reflect on their past behavior and the reasons why you broke up in the first place. If they haven't changed and are only coming back because they miss you, it's best to politely decline their advances and move on. Remember that you deserve someone who treats you with respect and is willing to fight for your love. Don't settle for someone who only wants to use you again. With time, you'll heal from the pain of your past relationship and be ready to embrace a new future filled with love and happiness.